Hey, I'm Stephen Ewashkiw. Thanks for joining me for this adventure yoga class. Today, we've got a 45-minute practice. It's a Hatha practice that's open to all levels, and it's a practice that I call patience and time. Unroll your mat, have a seat, and I'll meet you there in just a few seconds. Our theme today is patience and time. This is a theme that I come back to again and again, and it comes from, when I use it, it comes from Tolstoy, from War and Peace. In War and Peace, Tolstoy said, "The greatest of warriors is these two, patience and time." We're going to play with the warrior poses today. And allow yourself the time to experience them. Don't rush into them. Don't rush out of them, but experience them. Please sit up tall. Take a couple of cleansing breaths. And then stretch your arms up. Push down through your hips, push down through your lower body, and stretch up through your fingers, stretch out of your shoulders. And then twist to the right. Gently move your left arm back a little more, twist a little more to the right, and then take your left hand and place it above your right knee. Take your right hand onto your lower back. Move your shoulders back to expand your chest. And sit up tall. Don't be in a rush to deepen your twist. Use each breath. Be patient. And with each breath, find a little bit more space and opening. With an inhale, untwist back to center, and place your hands on your thighs. Stretch your arms up overhead, and push down through your lower body. Stretch up through your shoulders and your fingers, and twist a little bit to the left. Move your right arm back a little bit more, then twist just a little more. Take your right hand above your left knee, and take your left hand onto your lower back. Use your left hand to encourage your lower back to arch in slightly so you can find length in your spine. And then twist a little more to the left. Move your shoulders back to open your chest. And again, be patient with your twist here. Take time to get into the twist. Use your breath. Use each breath to help you find a little more twist, or just a little more space in the pose. Parivrtta Sukhasana. And with an inhale, come back to center and place your hands on your thighs. Take your right hand, place it flat on the mat beside you, and bend your right elbow in towards your side a little bit. Start to lean to the right, a little. Push down through your right hand. Stretch your left arm up, hug it in towards the outer side of your head, and then really side bend. To open up your left side, push down through your left hip. Bend your right elbow in towards your side and side bend. Sound effects help. I love this stretch. And take your time here. Stretch long through your left side. It doesn't matter how much side bend you're doing, do what's appropriate for you. And then push down through your right hand so that you can come up through center. Place your left hand on the ground beside you. Bend your left elbow into your side a little. Lean to your left a little. Stretch your right arm up and hug your right arm into the outside of your right side of your head. And then side bend to the left. Your right hip is going to want to lift up and come with you here, so push it down. Ground it into the earth so you can feel more stretch through your right side of your body. Through the fascia, through the muscles, through the connective tissue. Stretch. Bend your left elbow in at your side so that you can side bend a little more. And then breathe into this opening. Push down through your left hand and come up to center. Bring your hands together in front of your heart, Anjali Mudra. Close your eyes and sit up tall. Ask yourself to be patient today. Ask yourself to experience each moment of your practice today. This will help you tap into the warrior inside you. And it will help you experience the warrior poses that happen on the outside of you when they show up in class. The idea of the warrior poses is to help you embody those ideas of the warrior. Patience, time, strength, and courage. Please join me to sing one Om. Exhale. Inhale. Welcome. Please come onto your hands and knees. Barmanasana. It's just a fancy name for hands and knees. If you take my classes here or in public classes, you'll know that I like the Sanskrit. It helps universalize the poses. We're all speaking the same language, even if we all come from different parts of the world. Move through a few rounds of cat-cow. If you're new to cat-cow, I can walk you through it. The cat shape is rounding your spine. If you have Halloween where you live, it's like the traditional drawing of a Halloween cat, arching its back, rounding its back. And then cow pose is the opposite sort of. You look forward and up, allow your belly to move down, move your shoulders back, and stick your butt back and up. Cow pose. In cat pose, move your hips forward, move your face towards your hips, really round your back to stretch your spine. In cow pose, hips back and up, chest forward and up. Move through those two poses at your own pace. Stretch through your spine. In cat, Stretch through the whole front of your body in cow. And I'm going to give you a point of focus in cat and cow. Start by focusing on what's happening in your lower back. You don't have to change what's happening in your lower back, but notice what's happening in your lower back. Notice the movement of your pelvis to create the movement in your lower back. Notice the rounding of your lower back when you're in cat, and that shift into an arched lower back when you're in cow. Place your focus there. And now shift your focus to the middle of your spine. The middle of your body. And see what happens to your spine there as you shift between calf and calf. Where we place our focus has a huge impact on what we experience in life. Where you place your focus has a huge impact on what you experience. And then, probably not surprisingly, shift your focus to your upper back and to your neck. Again, you don't have to change these movements, but by placing your focus there, you might change the movements. You'll almost certainly become more conscious of what's happening there. And then go back to a few regular cat and cow, with your focus being whatever you want your focus to be. And then bring your knees close together. You don't have to touch, but close to each other. Bring your feet actually together. Sit back on your heels and sit up. If this is uncomfortable for you, you can always place a towel under the front of your ankle to support them, or sit in a different way. This is Vajrasana, Thunderbolt. Stretch your arms out in front of you, and take your right arm underneath your left, like Garudasana arms. Cross your arms. If you can also bring your hands together in prayer, do that. But if you can't, do not. Lift your elbows as high as your shoulders, and push your elbows away so that you round through your upper back so your shoulder blades move away from each other. This is such a great stretch if you've been sitting at your computer or using your device a lot. Pull your elbows together. Push your elbows away with your elbows as high as your shoulders. And steady your breath. Then unwrap your arms. Roll your shoulders a little bit. Roll your neck side to side a little bit. And then do the other side. Take your left arm underneath your right. Wrap your arms and maybe bring your hands together in an awkward prayer. Lift your elbows as high as your shoulders. Push your elbows away from you and round through your upper back. Garudasana arms, eagle arms, in Vajrasana, thunderbolt pose. Did you know that Garudasana is called eagle pose? Eagle's a bit of a weak translation though. Garuda is a pretty fierce god in the Hindu tradition. If you've ever been here to Bali, when you arrive at Denpasar at the airport, there's a huge statue of Garuda that meets you. He's got fierce fangs. It's all amazing colors all over his wings and his body. He's not like a peaceful eagle soaring to the sky. Pretty badass, Garuda. Release your arms. Again, roll your shoulders. Maybe move your head a little from side to side. And then come into downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Place your hands so that they're about shoulder distance apart. Walk your knees back, tuck your toes. Lift your knees. Lift your hips up and back. And then walk the dog. That's what we call straighten one leg and bend the other. And because it's a class on time and patience, take your time and do pretty slow steps. Slow walking your dog. Why? Well, the slower you go, the more chance you have to stretch your heel of your straight leg back and down. Tighten up your knee, shift your hip back, and really feel an opening in your calf muscles in the bottom back of your straight leg. If you just move through this quickly, you don't really get that experience. You might get the work happening over time, but I really enjoy the experience. That sensation of my calf muscles opening up. Work for that. Do a slow dog walk. It's a bit like a slow clap. Okay, it's nothing like a slow clap. It just is slow as well. You can slow clap that sort of joke there if you like. Really a joke. You ever notice that? Yoga jokes, they're not like real jokes. They're like sometimes worse than dad jokes. I don't have kids, so you get to be the people who are on the receiving end of my dad jokes. And then make your slow walk a little less slow. And just walk your dog. Find a pace that works for you so that you can feel it and experience it. And then pause, bend both knees, lift up through your hips, and move your chest back, open your shoulders up. Bring your ears in line with your arms, so there's a slight curve to your neck, the back of your neck. Push through your hands and lift your right leg up. If you want to straighten your left leg here, you can. Three-legged dog. And we're going to go into a lunge. So come up onto your fingertips on your left hand. Push down through your left hand and pop up onto the fingertips on your right hand. That's to give you enough space to step your right foot forward. Step your right foot forward. If your foot gets stuck on the mat on the way there, no problem. Pause and step it forward. You might need to use your right hand to step it forward. Push down through your left toes and straighten your left leg. And bring your right knee over your right ankle. Look forward. Lunge. Find the strength of a warrior in your lunge pose. Push down through your feet. Without moving your feet, asymmetrically draw them towards each other.
isometric movement is moving without moving. So push down and pull your right foot back, push down and pull your left foot forward, but have the sticky mat hold them in place so your muscles engage more in your feet and your legs and your hips. Find more of that strength, the warrior. And then place your hands flat. And step it back to downward facing dog. Bring the natural curve to your neck, so bring your ears in line with your arms. And then lift your left leg up. Three-legged dog. Then look at your hands. Come up onto your right fingertips. Push down through your right hand and pop up onto your left fingertips. And step your left foot forward. Take as many steps as you need to get your ankle underneath your knee so your left shin is straight up and down. Look forward. Push down through your back toes and straighten your back leg, your right leg. Push down through your front foot, your left foot. And do that isometric drawing in of your feet so your legs get more connected into the pose. So you can experience the pose more. That's what it's all about. What experiences do you want to have? And then have them. Really experience them. Feel them. Then place your hands flat. And step it back. Downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up. And if you liked coming up onto your fingertips, you can do that here. Going back to the lunge, step your right foot forward. Look back at your left foot. We're going to warrior one. So step your left foot forward just a little. Turn your heel in and down. Stretch your right knee over your right ankle. Push through your feet so you can lift your torso. Bring your hands to your waist and square your chest towards the front of your mat. And then stretch your arms up. You can do hands shoulder distance apart, or look up and bring your hands together. Your choice. Push through your feet. Without moving them, isometrically pull them in towards each other so you can experience your warrior one more. First warrior of our warrior class. Stretch through your arms, draw your legs in. Bring your hands down to the ground. Lift your left heel. Bring your left knee down to the ground. Place your left foot flat on the ground. And bring your hands onto your waist. Look forward. Use your hands to help you push your hips down and bend into your right knee more. Often in yoga, we're working to have your knee over your ankle. Here you can work your knee forward, close your knee joint more, get your hips down and low, and stretch through the front of your left leg of your left hip. Yes, and sound effects help. Oh yeah, get deep in that opening of your left hip. And then look up. Push through your hands on your hips so that you can look up and stretch out of your hips. Push through your left foot, your back foot for stability, and then bring your arms up and back. Anjaneyasana. Anjaneya's pose. This is one of Hanuman's poses. Anjaneya means son of Anjani. Anjani is his mother. Vayu is his father, the god of the wind. What? Crazy, there's a whole great story there. Pull back with your right foot. Pull forward with your left knee so that you can lift up and back with that support of your legs. And then shift forward. Bring your hands down to the ground. Tuck your left toes under and push it up and back. Downward facing dog. Other side. Lift your left leg up. Look forward. And if you want to go to your fingertips for space, you can. Step your left foot forward. Look back at your right foot. Step it forward a little and turn your heel in and down. Set your legs up like warrior one. Bend your left knee over your ankle and bring your hands to your waist. Lift your torso and look forward. Push down through your right foot and left foot and stretch your arms up. Again, you can do hands shoulder distance apart looking forward. I'm going to do that on this side. Or you can bring your hands together and look up. Both are warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. Both are valid. Do what's appropriate for you. Everybody push down through your feet, and without moving them, pull your left foot back, right foot forward, so your legs get a little stronger. So you can really feel the pose and experience the warrior inside you and on the outside. Take your time to notice what's happening in the pose. And be patient with yourself. If your warrior one doesn't look like you would dream of your warrior one looking, if it doesn't look like a picture you've seen of someone else's, be patient. Your pose is your pose. It's your adventure. It's your experience. Bring your hands down to the ground. Lift your right heel, wiggle it back a little, and bring your right knee down to the ground. Place your right foot flat on the ground, and bring your hands onto your waist. Setting up for Anjaneyasana on the other side. Push your hips down and forward. Bend into your left knee, close your left knee joint as much as you can here. Stretch back through your right hip here, as much as you can. Really open up the front of your back hip. Look forward. Push down through your hands and look up. Think about that work we did in cat-cow here. Arch your lower back, arch your middle back, arch your upper back, and then stretch your arms up and back. Push down through your right foot, push down through your left foot, draw them in towards each other so you can curl your back up and back even more. Hanuman was a great warrior. And this is one of his poses. So be patient with this pose. Take your time to find your experience here. Bring your hands down to the ground. Tuck your right toes under and push it back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. This time we'll go to the left side again. Just to change it up a little. Play with our mind, play with our expectations. Step your left foot forward, come into the lunge. Spin your right heel down. Set your legs up like warrior two. Have your right foot parallel to the back of your mat, not toes turned in. Have your front foot, your left foot straight, parallel to the long edges of your mat. Bring your left knee over your ankle. Lift your torso. Stretch your arms out. Look forward. Warrior two. Virabhadrasana 2. Again, push down through your feet. And without moving them, draw them up and in towards each other to get more energy drawing up into your pose. Turn your left palm up and reverse your warrior. You can slide your right hand down your right leg, or if you want to play with taking your right hand behind you and reaching for your left hip, you can do that. You can just touch your butt with your right hand, touch your outer hip with your right hand, or maybe even do what I'm doing if you want to look and see. I'm reaching my right hand around, grabbing my left thigh. Use that to help me sit deeply and open my left knee. But everybody do that. Sit deeply in the pose. Point your left knee straight ahead, and then reach your left arm and your spine back. Reverse warrior. Experience this. Come up, bring your hands down, lift your right heel, and step it back. Downward facing dog. Again. Other side, step your right leg forward, spin your left heel down, Virabhadrasana 2, stretch your right knee over your ankle, lift your torso, and stretch your arms out to your sides. Have your left foot straight, parallel to the short edge of your mat. Have your right foot straight, parallel to the long edges of your mat. So your feet are perpendicular to each other. Virabhadrasana 2. Experience your warrior 2. To experience a little more, draw in with your feet. Draw into your hips. And stretch out through your arms and gaze forward. And be patient. We're working to right thigh parallel to the ground, but do what's appropriate for you today so that you get the most out of your experience. Turn your right palm up and reverse your warrior. Again, you can slide your left hand down your left leg. Now on this side, you get to see what's happening with my left arm a little bit more. You can also take your left arm behind you, bend your elbow, and take the back of your hand onto your butt, onto the very top edge of your butt, or maybe reach forward more and touch outside your right hip, or turn your hand down and grab your right thigh with your right hand, with your left hand. Wherever you are, sit deeply and open your right knee to point straight ahead, and then reach back with your spine and your right arm. Really find the experience of reverse warrior. And then come up and into downward facing dog. Bend your knees and look forward. And take your time. Take as many steps as you need. Walk forward. Coming out of the down dog and lunge shape. Come into Uttanasana, forward fold. Touch the ground, but just bend your knees as much as you need to so you can touch the ground. I don't know about you, but my legs are really shaking after those warriors. It means we put in the work, found the experience. Place your hands on your waist. Stand up. Bring your feet together. Stretch your arms up. Bring your hands behind your arms behind your ears slightly. Bring your hands together. Reach up, squeeze your head, and side bend to the right. In Dudalasana, crescent. Squeeze your legs together. Squeeze your head with your arms. And side bend maybe a little more. Steady your breath and be patient. Come up to center. Keep reaching up. Step your left foot back a little. Push down through the toes on your left foot. Keep reaching up through your spine and start to flex at your right hip a little. Bring your left foot off the ground. Work to keep a straight line between your left heel and your spine and the back of your head. If arms stretching out is too intense for you, no problem. Bring your hands to your heart or even stretch your arms back. But what I want you to prevent is folding forward with your upper body without lifting your back leg. I don't care how far you fold forward over your right thigh. Work to keep the straight line. Warrior 3. And take your time. Practice patience. Keeping this work of finding that straight line is how Warrior 3 appears in your practice. Eventually, with your upper body and back leg parallel to the ground. But no rush. Stand up. Shake it off. That's a lot for your standing leg. Bring your feet together. Other side. Stretch your arms up. Bring your arms just behind your ears a little. Squeeze your head. Bring your hands together. Reach up. And side bend to the left. In Dudalasana. Squeeze your legs together. Squeeze the back of your head with your arms. And side bend. You come up to center. Keep reaching up. Step your right foot back just a little. Come onto the ball of your right foot. Square your hips. Stretch long. Same work here. Work to keep that straight line from your back to the back of your head, your shoulders, your hips, and your right heel. And start to hinge at your left hip as you lift your right leg up. Again, you can bring your hands to your heart if arms stretched out is too intense or it's just not what you're looking for today. Or you can stretch your arms back at your sides. With your standing leg, your left foot pulled back slightly to help stretch your chest forward. Really work for that straight line. Be patient with finding a Warrior 3 that's parallel to the ground. It's the same work wherever your Warrior 3 goes. And stand up and shake it off. Good times, right? Sit down. Sit cross-legged. Sukhasana. Cross your shins. Take your right hand above your left knee. Take your left hand to your lower back, just like we did at the beginning. Sit up tall and do a gentle twist here. Move your shoulders back, expand your chest, and breathe. I know that variation, that entry into Warrior 3 can be quite exhausting, quite intense. I know, because I just did it with you. Steady your breath here. Take time to steady your breath. Whatever Warrior 3 you did, whatever Warrior 2 you did, whatever Reverse Warrior you did, whatever Warrior 1 you did, that's what you did today. I want you to work to do your best, but it's your best. Be patient with the poses. They keep opening. They keep expanding as you learn more, as you build more focus, and as you build more strength. Come back to center and change sides. Hold above your right knee with your left hand. Take your right hand onto your lower back
and gently twist to the right as you move your shoulders back. It's also important to remember that the poses are just a way to experience. Like they're one of the tools we have to go on this adventure. But the poses are not the point of your practice. The work you do is the point. The way you learn to do your best and to keep your focus in these challenging poses, that's the point. That's work that you can take into your life. And remember that you can do your best even when life is a struggle, when life challenges you and asks you to be your best. We practice the skills of patience here. Come back to center. We learn that with time, we can do more. We can be stronger. That's what this work is for. Take your right hand onto your mat and do a little side bend. Stretch out your spine. Just ending as we began. Push down through your left hip and reach to the right with your left arm, with your head. And then come back up to center, place your left hand down, side bend to the left. Come up to center. And stretch your legs straight out. Dandasana. Have your heels right near the top of your mat. Pull your hips back a little bit. Sit up tall. If you can't touch the ground here, make fists and maybe you can touch the ground here. And if you can't touch the ground still, that's fine. Just sit up tall and do your best. Stretch your arms out in front of you. Do zombie arms. And then slowly roll down. Keep your legs heavy. They'll slide back a little bit with you. Roll down. Take your time. And come down. Practicing a nice slow version of that lower back, middle back, upper back. And set up for Shavasana. Separate your feet, turn your palms up at your sides, and close your eyes. We'll spend a few minutes here enjoying the sounds of the wildlife, the birds, here at Dasasani. Relax your body. Relax your breath. You've earned this rest. Take the time to let your body recover and reset. And rest. Shavasana. You find you're holding on anywhere, just ask it to let go. Help to move it very slightly to release the muscles. Start to deepen your breath. Move your fingers a little. Move your toes a little. If it feels good to move your wrists and your ankles, do that. If it feels good to stretch. Stretch through your legs. Stretch through your arms. Bend your knees. And gently turn onto your side. And then press yourself up to seated. Left your seated position. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Close your eyes if you opened your eyes in that transition from lying down to seated. Stretch up tall through your spine. Greatest of all warriors is these two: patience and time. Learn to be patient with your practice so that you can bring more patience into your work, your relationships, and into how you respond to yourself. This is your life. This is your adventure. I want you to feel it, to grow in your life, and to experience it fully. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Thank you. Namaste.
Thanks for joining me for class today. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. If you are looking for another class to do in the future, there's a class of mine that you can click on, add it to your watch later list. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, please do. Just click on my picture over there to subscribe. If you've got any questions or comments, stick them below the video. Thanks so much. See you soon, OMies.